I'd like to call this meeting of the Elkhorn Common Council to order. It is December 15th, 2025 at 5:30. Will you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Tim Schroeder.
Here.
Peter Harvey is absent. Gary Payson Jr.
Here.
Ron Dunwoody.
Here.
Scott McClory.
Here.
Ken Minell.
Here.
Dan Roberts.
Here. Next is public comment. Do we have anyone here that would like to be heard in public comment? One more chance. Would anyone like to be heard? Seeing no one, we'll close public comment. Next is the consent agenda. We have the council meeting minutes of December 1st, 2025, an administrative services agreement between Prairie States Enterprises and the City of Elkhorn for provision of claims administration services for the city's self-funded employee health plan, business associate agreement between Prairie States Enterprises and the City of Elkhorn for access to and protection of protected health information, also consulting services agreement between Kimberton Healthcare Consulting and the City of Elkhorn for provision of consulting and related management services related to outpatient renal dialysis benefits under the city's self-funded employee health plan. Also, a First Amendment to a single payer system employer joinder agreement between the Health Payment Systems and the City of Elkhorn. And finally, the payment application number 6 from Wanasek Corporation for the 2025 Elkhorn Streets project in the amount of $37,262.28.
I'll make the motion to approve the items, all the items on the consent agenda.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion or questions? Roll call, please.
Ron Dunwoody.
Yes.
Ken Minell.
Yes.
Gary Payson Jr.
Yes.
Scott McClory.
Yes.
Dan Roberts.
Yes. Motion passes. Next, we have bills payable in the amount of $2,704,386.06. Is it 86?
Yes.
86 cents.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
I'll second.
We've got a motion and a second to pay the bills in the amount stated. Any discussion, questions? Roll call, please.
Gary Payson Jr.
Yes.
Scott McClory.
Yes.
Peter Harvey is not here, sorry. Ron Dunwoody.
Yes.
Ken Minell.
Yes.
Dan Roberts.
Yes. Okay, motion passes to pay the bills. Next, we have a report of city officers. For the mayor's report, I've got the appointment of the 2026-2027 election inspectors. We've got the list up on the board here. Are there any questions on that?
No.
I think, do we need a motion? Yep. I'd entertain a motion to
So
approve the
moved.
inspectors. And a second?
I'll second.
We've got a motion and a second to approve the 26 to 2027 election inspectors. Any discussion?
I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
Considering some of the people sitting at these benches are on that list, can they be involved in that as far as the motion? Yeah.
The benches.
Yeah.
I know, I was trying to find the list, what page is it on?
Oh, we got it right
Here
here.
it is, okay.
121.
Like here's.
Scott, Don, or Ron, Ron, you know.
Don Runwoody.
You know, it's
Ron
possible.
Dunwoody, Don Runwoody. You know.
Did I miss stuff?
Yeah, you started.
Oh,
2, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I
And
would
Peter-
recuse yourselves.
Alderman Harvey is not.
And you're not gonna have a quorum.
Are all of you on it?
No, I
Just 2.
still had 3.
Yeah, that's right. Without Peter here, we don't have a quorum.
This does need to be
Well-
approved by the end of
If we both don't vote,
This needs to be approved by the end of the year.
Yeah, you can recuse yourself. And if you recuse yourself, we'll have 1, 2,
Well, three.
3, and how many recusals? 2?
and one person's absent,
But you would still have a majority, so for purposes of passing it, that would be fine.
why you gonna start trouble?
Before voting, I will recuse myself from voting on this item.
I will too.
So I'll make a motion to approve the electors for 2026 to 2027.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I believe it passes 3-0. Then for the mayor's report, I'd just like to thank the staff for all the work they did this year and thank the council. I think we've got a good group here and I appreciate all your efforts too. And next year we'll have more challenges. So, thank you, Adam.
All right, just want to thank DPW and the PD for their efforts with the Christmas parade. I know the chamber was really appreciative of the work they did, getting the streets cleared after the snow we had, so thanks to DPW for that, and then both PD and DPW for securing the parade and providing people to direct the parade route, so. And I do want to thank everybody from the city and all the council members who did participate, so it was good to have a good showing from the city, so. Wanted to just mention that the Joint Review Board did approve the changes to the TID 5, so that will be finalized this week, hopefully, Joe, by the 17th, which is Wednesday, so that is on the agenda for this week.
No pressure.
No pressure. And wanted to just, in terms of good news, Centralia looks like is going to be back online here today, tomorrow, Nate?
Probably most likely tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah,
We've been
so,
running intermittently, but they'll be online tomorrow afternoon.
so that has been down as they do the reservoir rehab, so getting that back online will be really good for the water department, so then they can take Lakeland off to finish that project, so that is going well. And then, Rebecca, do you have any updates about the election filing deadline?
Yes, so the candidate paperwork, the deadline is Tuesday, January 6th. I will be here until 5 PM with the doors open. If you need to, before then, if you want to just schedule an appointment with me if you're looking to submit anything, but Tuesday, January 6th is the deadline at 5 PM.
And then just wanted to mention too, if the water department, I know they've been dealing with some water main breaks recently and we're dealing with some issues helping the fire department with, I guess, some hydrants that were frozen. So, again, thanks to the water department for, all their efforts. And then lastly, just wanted to, Corey's going to give a quick update. We got a notification about postmark changes by the Postal Service, which is going to impact your tax submittal. So, Corey?
So effective December 24th, the post office is moving their postmark process from a local application to a regional sorting center. So if you're mailing anything, it may be a delay from when it actually get postmarked. It doesn't get postmarked here any longer. So as far as tax bills or tax payments, if you're needing that postmark, you probably want to try to either mail a little sooner. We have Dropbox payments available here at the City Hall or at the library. There's also online payments. As far as the January 31st, it's at least the first installment is due. There's a 5-day grace period, 5-day working grace period anyway, so usually it wouldn't be a problem unless it's past that 5 days. So you still want to make sure that you're trying to get your payments in time, but there is a little bit of a grace period. But just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware that this post office is no longer going to be stamping at the local level. It's being shipped off and postmarked somewhere else. So just wanted to give everybody that heads up.
And we'll post more information on the website and Facebook so people know, because obviously this is a big change, I think, for a lot of people. So those are my updates, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Adam. Next, we've got reports of city boards and community partners. Fire advisory.
Next meeting's in January.
Thank you, Chief. Library.
Good evening. The renovation project remains on schedule, with the upstairs family bathrooms almost complete, almost. We plan to wrap up the current phase on January 12th, at which time the fiction collection will be temporarily relocated to the southern end of the lower level, and the next phase will begin working on the remaining study rooms and the new Friends room, and maybe we'll be done in May. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chad. Rec advisory.
No update.
No updates. Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening, Adam. Thank you for filling in on the help from the city, but I want to thank all of the city departments for completing the 44th annual Christmas parade. It was a great success. We were approaching about an hour and a half long. Captain Brandel, thank you for all your assistance keeping everybody safe. It is a challenge, and knowing what other communities have to go through, we are very fortunate to have the access that we have to the Walworth County Fairgrounds. So we also thank them for that. Just touching base, a rolling 4 quarters of room tax. We here in the city of Elkhorn, we're down about 9.5%, but statewide, that is great compared to statewide. Some communities are between 12 and 15% down in their room tax. We are very fortunate in our community in the price point and also the amount of business travel that Elkhorn secures for people that are working in Darien or Janesville or East Troy and different things like that. We are a hub for that. They'll drive that 20 minutes with having both major properties, the Holiday Inn and the Hampton, as a corporate travel secured place. So we're very happy with that. I did have a meeting with both of those property facilities, and both of them in the fourth quarter so far going in for October and November are exceeding their numbers from prior years. So they have reassured me that they believe they've made up that 9.5% already. So we just have to look at how we allocate our funds for additional tourism buys and things like that, which we are already into our summer and fall buys for 26, which is very strange, but we are also looking at possibly getting some pricing and working with a couple different other communities on Discover Wisconsin, another series. Racine County, I'd like you to, if you have a minute and our board, go out and look at one that they did. It was a collaborative with a lot of municipalities in Racine County to get them just to move around and not just one destination, you know, like Elkhorn. So we are trying to work with that. Lake Geneva has done many of them, but they have a little more to different budget than we have. So we will continue to work with all of the smallers to see what we can do. And if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out. Our office will be closed during the holidays, but accessible voice from phone and email. We just kind of take that as a little downtime in between there. So happy holidays to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Our community grant writer.
Hi, everyone. I have one amazing report to give that the building improvement grant that you were able to provide in next year's budget has already been very actively pursued by our downtown business owners. We had 2 applications for 2026 funding already go through the EEDA for the properties, 2 properties downtown. I'll let them tell you when you see them on their properties updated. And then I met with 2 people so far, 1 today, 1 last Friday, and I have another one scheduled for this Friday. So I think the 50,000 is going to go very quickly, and we'll see a lot of great improvements in downtown.
Thank you, Katie. Next, we've got a presentation from John Sorensen from U.S. Shelter Homes.
Good evening. Thank thank you for having us back here tonight, to take a look at the property that U.S. Shelter is currently under contract to purchase off of Market Street, south side of Market Street, west of Church Street, which you can see up on the board there. U.S. Shelter, just as a brief background here, has been building homes since the 1970s. We are family owned and operated. We build and develop lots and tracts of land for owner-occupied residential, single-family, duplex, townhome communities. This will be our first, or this was, with the Planning Commission, our first proposed subdivision within the city of Elkhorn, which we're excited for the opportunity here. These 43 lots, which Ryan's going to get into, Ryan Cardinal from Cardinal Engineering has been hired by U.S. Shelter to put together the development plans for this site, and we are proposing owner-occupied, smaller lot, single families for sale. We feel it's a good transition from the duplex or apartment style units to the east, and just will fit the area nicely. Currently, we're building 2 communities in Delavan and 1 in Whitewater, and we will be proposing, pending the ultimate final layout here, single family homes similar in size and style, 1,300 square feet to 2,600 square feet, with attached garages. And with that, I'll let Ryan talk a little bit about the design.
Yeah, thanks. I'm Ryan Cardinal, Cardinal Engineering. I've really enjoyed this is multiples of subdivisions we've done with U.S. Shelter, and I really enjoyed it. They produce a really quality home by the time they do all the infrastructure investment. They're not just doing, lakefront homes of luxury style. They're producing a really quality product at a price point that the general population can get into, which is, I know, on the top of mind for many communities. So I've really enjoyed that of working with them for these types of subdivisions. I believe you've seen over the years, some proposals on this site. This is something that we work together to produce. And like John said, he's under contract and is looking to, as long as everything progresses well here, break ground in the spring to get things started. So we'd be looking at winter design and approvals with Plan Commission and yourselves and staff, so that we can break ground in the spring. And this has some natural phasing to it, which I'll kind of talk about. But the only things here that we talked with Plan Commission about, again, this is conceptual. We're not looking for votes tonight. But we are looking for some feedback or conversation with questions that you have about the site. The only really variances that we're looking for are lot sizes. So we are going smaller than what's directly to the north, but it is bigger than previous concepts that you've seen for this site. These are going to be similar homes and lot sizes to what U.S. Shelter has already built in the community. Like you said, John said, they've built this in Delavan already, and it's been very successful. So it is proven. We really enjoyed the cul-de-sac layout. It gives a tighter feel to the community. It fits this site really well without asking for any variances on right-of-way widths or those types of things. The southwest corner of the property has a very comparably large wetland complex to it. It extends going to the west pretty significantly, and so we're using that as a feature to the site. There are 3 small fourth isolated wetland that we'll be applying for a fill permit from the DNR. But the rest of this wetland to the south and the west is staying natural. Stormwater pond obviously is in the low part of the site to handle stormwater facilities. But otherwise, like I said, we're asking for lot sizes, density, and setback on a few of the lots. Especially the setback requirements that we're looking at is along the natural features, so the pond and that wetlands. So obviously you're going to get a natural setback built into it because you're abutting the wetlands. So that's why we're asking in those areas for that. Lots 1 through 9, I believe it is, are on the east side, are abutting Church Street directly. So that's a nice little phasing, gets this development off the ground really simply. We get our utilities in, and those lots can be off and running. And then we'll phase it. Essentially, the plan is east to west. While those homes are being built, we can be doing the infrastructure loops. We're working with DPW and your city engineer to make sure this the utilities are exactly how it works well for the city. We've already got it planned to be water main looped, as well as the sewer, storm, and other facilities. Again, we're trying to use the site in its natural state to the best that it fits well. We're not looking to do massive earthwork changes here. We're trying to fit this in as it sits, and so that it's a natural infill to what already exists. We did look, obviously, to the south and to the west is outside of city limits. We did look at that. To expand to the south, again, you'd have to cross that wetland. And so Church Street is already positioned to do that. Adding another street in there, wouldn't make sense because it's so close to Church Street. I forgot to mention the one other variance we'd be looking for is our center cul-de-sac we haven't surveyed it completely yet, so it's a little bit of a guesswork from the county GIS, but we're about 10 feet too close to Hearthstone as far as the horizontal offsets. So we would be asking for that about 10 feet of variance. I don't want to say it for sure right now because I don't have the exact, again, survey. This was done off of GIS, so there could be some variances in that. If I needed to get to the 10 feet, I could probably find the 10 feet if that's what you told me. So that's kind of feedback we're looking for, and open to questions and comments you might have about this proposal.
I guess it'd probably be what's the price range of these homes?
And one thing too here, just to add on to Ryan's comments, I think the prior version you saw maybe had an average width of 57 feet. Currently in Delavan, our smallest is about 66. And so you're over that here with Ryan's design, which we like, because that gives a nicer entry from the street when the ultimate design is done, where you can have your 2-car garage, your entryway, and then a room to the side, like a living room or an office space, versus just all garage face front. So there's just a little more architectural appeal there with the width, we feel, with this layout. But as far as the price point, to answer your question, that's going to depend on the ultimate finish, but we would anticipate upper 300s starting.
Okay.
And we're currently delivering that in Delavan, and we have a entry-level community in Whitewater, entry-level in Delavan, and then a move up. And again, it's going to depend on upper 300s to low 4s, depending on the final design.
Because cost is an issue.
Cost, affordability
Yeah,
is a big time
affordability.
issue. Yeah, we hear it every
We've had
day.
this discussion with the other one that we're doing.
So-
I'm sorry, you tell me where people are going to afford a $500,000 house on wages.
No, they can't.
You can't.
And
And the
so-
goal is to get people into the homes, right?
Yeah.
So we're not like Geneva.
No, exactly, and that's part of some of the variances that Ryan was, articulating in his conversation with you, or presentation here, that just to get that density to work for the piece with the land seller and all parties, that's important to us, and that's why we're under contract looking at it right now.
They came before Planning Commission with the plan as you see there, and the Planning Commission was just go around the table and ask what they thought about it, and we were looking at it and saying, yeah, it looks pretty good, so there wasn't anybody against it, say that.
My big thing is cost.
Sorry?
Cost.
Cost.
You'll probably hear it a couple more times, cost.
Yeah.
Is there room for sidewalks along Market
Yes.
Street and Church?
Yeah, again, this was a conceptual. We didn't get to putting sidewalks on, but there's sidewalks everywhere, plus along Market and Church.
Okay.
That's all in the budget, yes. Yeah, it's cost.
The standard road width.
Yeah.
Matt, you standard, no issues?
No, I put together a memo for the Plan Commission, also council, that we did discuss a little bit at the Plan Commission meeting. So if Mike wants to provide any additional feedback regarding any deviance or any any variance, I mean, from city standard, we can talk about that.
Yeah, that memo was presented to the plan commission, which they did discuss. But to answer your question, they do have, I believe, 28 foot, 66 foot right away. I believe you were talking about a 28 foot wide roadway with sidewalk on both sides. So it's pretty much standard. The limitations or the variances that he discussed are what they are, so.
Matt, and for the chief, the fire department, do we have any concerns regarding cul-de-sacs for maintenance vehicles, snow plow removal of snow, getting a fire truck in there when everybody's parking, you know, outside of their driveway in the cul-de-sac? Any concerns from either one of you on that front?
I mean, cul-de-sacs aren't easy, we gotta haul them out, but I don't know, for a site like this, with the options that we've seen, I think this is probably the better layout, to be honest with you, but there's challenges with sidewalk, but nothing that we couldn't handle from a DPW perspective.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be like any cul-de-sac, it's gonna be 4 or 5 point turn to get out of there. It is what it is. Once we're coming in for a call, we're bearing it down to court and we'll worry about it after the call.
Okay.
Can I ask, are you planning cul-de-sacs that meet the
Yeah, we aren't asking for any variances, both on length, diameter, any of those things. We're meeting all the ordinances. So, yeah, the city ordinance has a max length from the street to the end of the cul-de-sac, and we're under that for all of them.
We did discuss or put in a memo some of the things that we were looking for. One of the things was the 80-foot, possible future 80-foot right-of-way on Voss. If you can zoom out and show that. So like that one lot, upper left corner, triangular lot, you know, there's some minor tweaks that I think you can probably.
Yeah, that's simple. Plus, Voss Road is offset to the east side of, I think it's on the east half of the 66-foot right-of-way, so most of the expansion would go west.
Okay, I mean, I know you got work to do and whatever, but, and just keep that in mind.
Well, yes, those lots in that corner are large and would be simple to adjust.
Any further discussion? Any questions?
Time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, we've got unfinished business, discussion and possible decision regarding the engagement agreement with Axley LLP for representation in a possible appeal of the Wisconsin Office of Commissioner of Railroads. Matt, who's got this thing?
Sure, I'll take this. We previously talked with the council about engaging Axley in the event an appeal becomes necessary in the Office of Commissioner of Railroad pending case. We still do not have a decision from them or a proposed decision. So that's been very silent. It could come at any point in time, so that's why we are recommending that engagement, so that we have that already taken care of should the need arise.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Next on the new business, we've got discussion possible decision regarding proposed engagement agreement with Quarles and Brady to serve as bond counsel and disclosure counsel for the issuance of sale of $2,535,000 waterworks and electric system revenue bonds, series 2025D, at a cost of $41,250.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion or questions? Roll call, please.
Scott McClory,
Yes.
Gary Payson Jr.,
Yes.
Ron Dunwoody,
Yes.
Ken Minot,
Yes.
Dan Roberts,
Yes.
Motion passes. Next, we've got discussion and possible decision regarding proposed resolution number 2025-38, a resolution authorizing the issuance and sale of 2,535,000 waterworks and electric system revenue bonds, series 2025D.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Joe, do you have some information for us on this?
If you'd like. Good evening, Joe Murray from Ellers, proud to be the city's financial advisor. Yes, late this afternoon, you should have been emailed a copy of the sale day report. If you recall, I was in front of you a couple weeks ago. Today we took the bids to sell the water and electric revenue bonds. Good news, we had 4 bids. All of them came in significantly under what we had projected. The second place bid was also only 2 basis points higher, which is 0.02%, which shows that there was a lot of competition, that they were the top 2, and all 4 of them were within 11 basis points. So they all had sharp pencils when they went at it. As part of the process, we did go through a rating with Moody's. The water and electric utility had its AA3 rating affirmed, which is very good. As we talked about a couple weeks ago, it's a little bit lower, it's higher risk, so it's a little lower rating than your general obligation, since general obligation is secured by taxes, not revenues from the utility. But a AA3 is a very good rating to have. As part of the bids that we received, the low bid came in at essentially 3.7%. We had projected it was going to be at 4.25%, so it came in 55 basis points below what we had projected. That also allowed for the debt service reserve fund to be smaller than we had included in the sizing. So the total size of the bonds has been able to shrink from 2.535 million to 2.39 million is the final size. Overall, with total debt service in principal and interest, the city is going to be able to save roughly $178,000 from what we had projected. The annual cost for the utility is also $10,000 better or lower than we had expected. We thought it was going to be about $185,000 a year. It's going to be $175,000 a year. So that helps your annual budgeting for the utility, and it also helps improve your coverage for future bond issues. The closure will be on December 30th, and we recommend that you award the sale of the Series 25D water and electric revenue bonds in the amount of $2,390,000 at a true interest cost of 3.6997% to BOK, which stands for Bank of Oklahoma. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Does anyone have any questions for Joe? Nope. Well, I know we had a motion and a second. Can we amend the motion to the correct, we might need the correct dollar amounts from you.
So
Joe. What?
The resolution has the right dollar amount. Even though the agenda has the higher dollar amount, the resolution that was presented to you has the 2.39 million figure.
Okay.
That was just put in because that's what we sized it for, and to make sure we had meet the Open Meetings Act, we had the full size, and it was downsized today because of the good bids.
Okay, so our motion is to approve the resolution.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. And we had a second?
And second.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Gary Peason Jr.,
Yes.
Dan Roberts,
Yes.
Ron Dunwoody,
Yes.
Scott McClory,
Yes.
Ken Minell.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you, Joe. Next, we've got discussion and possible decision regarding proposed resolution number 2025-39, a resolution adopting updated procurement policies incorporating federal cost principles. Who would like to take this?
It's a shame our treasurer's not here. He could take this one. But yeah, unfortunately, as part of our grants our federal grants, we were told that we needed to incorporate these cost principles in our procurement policies. So that's, and getting feedback from our auditor, this is what they recommended. So that's, I guess, as exciting of a report info as I have for you on this one. So.
Make a motion to approve. Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Next, we've got discussion and possible decision reauthorizing issuance of request for proposals for the comprehensive plan update.
I just would say for this that the city's last comp plan was updated in 2016 and it has to be updated every 10 years. So we're looking to get the ball rolling on this so that your packet in the proposed RFP and then in my memo kind of talks about the tentative timeline for that. The goal would be to issue this in January 5th, right after the holiday, have it open for 3 weeks, a week for questions from any potential planners, and then we would provide answers, within the following week. And then the goal would be to get this back before council for review at the end of February, for a second meeting in February. We could potentially schedule interviews if council wants to do that. So that's what we're looking at. We budgeted $75,000 for next year to cover the comp plan update. The consultant we dealt with or talked to from Vanderwall had given us a range about $50,000 to $100,000, so 75 is kind of in the middle. The only other thing I would just say is that the proposed RFP does indicate that we're looking at sort of a particular focus would be on the vision for downtown, South Lincoln Street, and then the future of the vacant land on west of Deer Road, the DePac property. So that's something we'd be looking for, I think, in terms of a particular focus for this RFP. So I don't know if there's any feedback on that or any other areas in the city that you want us to include in the sort of RFP process as something that we'd be wanting the planner to focus on in the beginning. Of course, there's going to be a lot of meetings with the planning commission and council as well, and stakeholders. So, but if there's something in particular you want us to, raise right now so that, we can get a proposal that's going to include that, please let us know or let me know.
Okay. So we looking for a motion to reauthorize?
Yeah, looking for an approval to issue the RFP, and that would be issued January 5th.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next, we've got discussion and possible decision regarding ordering a 2026 Ford Police Interceptor at a cost of $44,985.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
A motion and a second. Any questions?
This is all budgeted.
You got that twofer?
I'll work on it, no promises.
This is budgeted and is under budget, although I hesitate to say that, but I mean, it is as of now. It's under what was budgeted for purchasing the vehicle itself, so I'll leave it at that.
Everything will be retrofitted from the squad that's gonna go out of service, or? What we can save, unfortunately, as newer cars come out, they change the insides, so you do have to get new upfitting material, unfortunately. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Gary Payson Jr.,
Yes.
Dan Roberts,
Yes.
Ron Dunwoody,
Yes.
Scott McClory,
Yes.
Ken Minell.
Yes.
Motion passes. Discussion and possible decision regarding financial surety reduction number 1 for the Creekside Development Phase 1 in the amount of $565,295.88. And you can refer to the Kapoor memorandum dated December 2nd.
So yeah, this is a reduction in the financial security for the project. You'll see a few of these as we go along with all these projects. So I just wanted to point out that it's $565,000 reduced, so the remainder of the financial security is $1.638 million. So in other words, there's a lot of work to do yet. They'll be coming back, I'm sure, for another reduction as we go.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions?
And Mike, can you just clarify what the surety is for?
Yeah, so we verify, I guess, in the field that what they've completed matches what they're asking for. So the amount of quantity of sanitary pipe or water main pipe or hydrants and that kind of thing, as they put them in, there's a reduction to the amount that they have to hold, if you will. Basically, it's just a surety so that if the project wasn't completed, there's money kind of held for the city's use if you want to go that route to finish the project. Not something that is expected or we hope, certainly, but yeah. I don't know if there's specific questions about how we get to the number. Feel free to ask.
And just for clarification, it's for the public improvements to make sure that they're done, you know, in accordance with city requirements, so.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second to approve this. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Dan Roberts,
Yes.
Ron Dunwoody,
Yes.
Gary Payson Jr.,
Yes.
Scott McClory,
Yes.
Ken Minell.
Yes.
Motion passes. Next, we've got discussion of possible decision regarding financial surety reduction number 1 for Harvest Point Villas in the amount of $714,371.62. Again, we've got a Kapoor memorandum dated December 10th.
Yeah, so this one's very similar. The difference here is they pretty much completed the entire project already. So the only thing remaining on this one is the restoration, basically. Some erosion control and things, seeding and mulching, and general cleanup in the spring. But the majority of the project is completed. Difference there is there wasn't public roadway items, so it was all utility, sewer, water, storm sewer.
Make the motion to approve the reduction in surety.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please. Oops,
I was just gonna say, if you had any questions, John Donovan from Blinsky is sitting in the audience, so in case you had any questions on it.
Okay, roll call.
Ron Dunwoody,
Yes.
Ken Minell,
Yes.
Gary Payson Jr.,
Yes.
Scott McClory,
Yes.
Dan Roberts,
Yes.
Motion passes. Next, we've got discussion of possible decision regarding proposed final plat for Phase 1 of Sugar Creek Ridge, a new single-family subdivision located at County Road H and Northeast Hazel Ridge Road in the city of Elkhorn. Would like to take this one.
I can just mention that this also went through Plan Commission, the last Plan Commission meeting, and it passed too without any comments, if I recall correctly. Does that seem right, Ken?
I would make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next, we've got discussion of possible decision regarding application from Doug Olson, James Quinn, and Misty Quinn for an extraterritorial plating certified survey map to divide the parcel located at 5711 Amos Road in the town of Delavan.
That was at planning commission too, and it was approved. It's just for going. So I'd make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next, we've got discussion of possible decision regarding pay application number 3 from J.R. Stelzer in the amount of $409,760.65 for work on the Centralia Water Treatment Plant Reservoir Rehab Project.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ron Dunwoody,
Yes.
Gary Payson Jr.,
Yes.
Scott McClory,
Yes.
Ken Minell,
Yes.
Dan Roberts,
Yes.
Motion passes. Next, we're going to adjourn into a closed session, and the Common Council may entertain a motion to go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute Section 19.851G, conferring with legal counsel of the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved. The first item is the notice of claim from Walworth County for damage to the Lakeland School. And the second item is a discussion regarding the recent sale of land located at 120 East O'Connor Drive, subject to the development agreements with the city. We will be reconvening into open session. Do I have
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion and a second to go into closed session. Roll call, please.
Gary Peason Jr.,
Yes.
Ron Dinwiddie, Scott McClory,
Yes.
Ken Minell,
Yes.
Dan Roberts,
Yes.
Motion passes. All right, we're back in open session at 6:50, and we have two items on the closed session agenda, both of which are going to have no action.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.
Merry Christmas, everyone.